Hey all and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon TV com. Today we're going back to Food Wars. Obviously, Deimos is determined to have us check out the entire first season, so hey, who am I to turn down free money, I guess. It has actually been a while since we covered episode 4, so I'm just going to read its synopsis here just to get us all in the right headspace again. Soma is sent to the Polar Star Dormitory, a dormitory for students whose home is further away from the school. He is greeted by Fumio Daimado, the caretaker, and is required to cook a dish that satisfies her in order to become a resident. Not knowing that he is supposed to bring his own ingredients, Soma nevertheless creates a mackerel burger meal using leftover ingredients in the kitchen, which impresses Fumio greatly. Now a Polar Star Dormitory resident, Soma meets the other residents. First year Yuki Yoshino, who specializes in wild game, her best friend and fellow first year, Ryoko Sakaki, who specializes in fermentation and alcoholic beverages, quiet first year Shun Ibusaki, who specializes in smoked food, first year nerd Zenji Morai, who specializes in in-depth food research, bickering freshman Daigo Oki and Shoji Sato, neither of whom specialize in any one area of cooking, but nevertheless are skilled enough to remain at the academy, enthusiastic second year Satoshi Ishiki, who specializes in traditional Japanese cuisine, as well as Megumi, who specializes in vegetable and seafood dishes. During a welcoming party, Soma is further introduced to the academy's inner workings, such as the Elite 10, the highest decision-making body in the school other than the school director himself, which consists of 10 exceptionally talented students, the 10th seat being Erina, while the 7th seat being Satoshi. Satoshi decides to challenge Soma to a cook-off. Satoshi presents his peppered mackerel dish, and Soma is shocked by the quality of Satoshi's cooking. And now we're all up to date, so have you got that first episode ready, Volk?
I have indeed.
Good stuff. So here we go with episode 5 of Food Wars in 3, 2, 1. Poor Deimos. He has been waiting for this for so long, and here's that dish we were literally just talking about. Sugoi! Masaka!
So this is what it feels like.
Ugh.
So what are you expecting from this episode, then?
I would like a bit more detail on the Elite 10 and whatnot. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, it doesn't feel good, Soma, when you're on the receiving end, does it?
The food is molesting me. Oh yes, the big dramatic finish from the previous episode. You gotta include that again to get the hype rolling again.
I kind of like this twist, actually, because so often in like anime and whatnot, you have the straight-laced, wacky character, but here it was all like, he sent Soma down the river on a ruse cruise, essentially.
And it's always nice when they sort of get that sort of thing out the way early on, because it kind of gives time for it to develop into, is he going to be a rival? Is he going to be more like a friend character? Is he going to be like a mentor? There's a lot here that it could potentially go, and there's plenty of episodes left to kind of build up on either all, or even a mixture of all three, potentially.
Alright, we will all rise to the challenge. It's Food Wars time, baby, TM. Why did they go with that catchphrase? It doesn't make a lick of sense in universe.
They gotta go with something, I suppose. So here we go, we're back in the fields where eggs grow and strawberries also flourish in some way, shape or form, roughly related to growing.
Ah, the wild knife, growing as lush in the wild as it does in our kitchens.
You have to get the wild one. Those domesticated ones aren't nearly as good.
Oh, I've missed this show, actually.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that I'm usually thinking about just every so often. I've been on a little bit of an anime binge over the last couple of weeks over the course of the Segathon. I've been mostly acquainting myself with anime from sort of like the early mid-2000s, where back then the only things we were really thinking about were like the Dragon Ball Z's, your Cowboy Bebop's, your Outlaw Star, essentially whatever was on Toonami at the time. Right. And I've been introduced to a few other like really cool little anime shows, but every single time I'm thinking, Tom's going to want to do Food Wars pretty soon. I'm kind of excited for that. I want that more recent anime flair, but I basically binged through most of the original series of something called Bucky the Grappler, which is a fighting anime where it sort of specializes in like an underground fighting arena of some kind. And they just beat the crap out of each other for 2 seasons and about 39 episodes. It was great.
Yeah, if this series doesn't end with Soman getting like a super form to make the ultimate dish, I'll be a little bit disappointed, but not surprised.
Maybe not. I'm hoping by the end of the season he sort of gets, like, a proper signature dish, rather than just trolling people with the honeyed squid.
White Diamond taking a nap right here.
God damn it. You just had to, didn't you?
I did. Please, will you put on some underpants? It's unhygienic in a food institution.
He may have just showered, so he's probably cleaner than most other people here right now, potentially.
Oh, I don't like these call-out posts you've been doing, Volk. Jeez.
Cabbage puree.
You do like your cabbage, don't you, Volk?
I do, but I much prefer the standard red cabbage boiled with some, not raisins, sultanas. That's the one I was looking for.
What's the difference between a raisin and a sultana?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you, but the sultanas usually end up juicier. Raisins are usually more dry, whereas sultanas are usually meant to be cooked in something and they get all plump and juicy.
Alright, you showed me your fish dish, now it's time for me to show you mine. Lewd is not that type of anime?
I will slap you with my fish. No, that's not how it goes here.
Right, what are we cooking to start off here, then?
Everybody is being woken up to the scent of fish. Well, I was going to say except for her, but no, she got up too. Seems kind of basic so far, but knowing our protagonist here, he probably has something up his sleeve.
Hell yeah, let's do this shit. It's like two Pokemon Masters going at it, but instead of like Magikarp, it's just dead fish.
Delicious dead fish, nonetheless. This looks so dramatic, but then you realise he's not wearing anything at all under that apron, and the whole aura of the situation just gets completely shattered.
Shazambo!
Ooh, a revised mineral. Tea over a mackerel rice ball.
Huh. I never thought to use tea in a dish before.
It happens every now and again. I suppose Japan, probably more so since they have, like, green tea flavoured everything over there.
Yeah. Don't think I've ever had green tea, honestly.
It's kind of sweet, but not overpoweringly so. There's just that little slight hint of bitterness.
He is gonna get his apron blown right the fuck off if he's underestimating Soma at this point in time.
Well, on the plus side, he's already prepared for what could potentially happen once he takes the bite. No clothes to rip off.
I feel 10 again. Ah!
People sleep on the crispy skin on the fish, and I don't really understand why.
I don't know, maybe it's just the texture. Like, I'm not a fan of, like, squishy gelatinous textures, honestly. Or, like, the kind of texture you get from, like, eating a pepper.
Yeah, I'm a little bit under the same situation. If I'm gonna have fish, it has to have, like, either a crispy skin or it's gotta be bad.
Again, what I love about this show is, like, we get the over-the-top anime antics, but you also learn how to cook dishes and whatnot.
Oh yes, we have just been introduced to the basting method, a particular method that Gordon Ramsay is very fond of. You put all the ingredients in the pan, you then tilt it after a few minutes, and you just baste that shit all over the top. Keep the flavors going.
Pan, nice and hot, 2 to 3 hours, then forget about it. Smash cut to the house being on fire. France, you Egypt.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. The pro cooks end up traveling all over the world and they just get little bits and pieces of here, there, and everywhere, and then they just incorporate it into one big menu.
Yes, we are fish. This is actually very offensive to place us next to one of our dead brethren.
How is it any different from literally taking chicken and deep frying it by battering it with the eggs of its children?
Wow. This anime is making us ask all the hard questions, though.
Indeed. It is philosophical as well as delicious.
Alright, turn it down a bit. We're not getting that philosophical today.
Yes, there's a little bit of philosophy, but I think we are learning very early on that the place where this anime shines is in the metaphors, both visually and verbally.
Basically, yeah.
I don't think we've once seen that guy's eyeballs.
The feasting begins.
Nom 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 nom. But the question is, who won the cook-off with that in mind?
And thus the seed begins to flourish, perhaps?
And thus tea was born into the world.
Bless you, Soma. Bless you for going back in time and planting the first tea seeds.
Got the apron stopped there.
I give you my seat on the Elite 10, good sir. I am but a pleb to you.
Moved to tears. That's how you impress an Elite 10 member. And in the end, everybody ate delicious food, so everybody wins.
Well, oh my god.
That guy is far too chiseled to perfection.
Yeah, it was alright, I guess.
Too much rice juice.
I guess so. I don't drink, so these concepts are like really, I guess, foreign to me.
Same here. I get the idea, but it's definitely not for me. I just saw the booty, and now I'm traumatized for life.
Well, really, it's all about who has the bigger cooking dick. You know, who has the bigger penis in this food wars of ours.
Well, we always have one direct comparison. Thankfully, the apron stopped just at the right time.
Why are you naked all the time? Well, Soma's a guy with his eye on the prize. See, he's already half naught.
He is really direct. He knows what he wants.
I don't know, my dad told me to come here? Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I'll cut off his ponytail and hang myself with it.
Okay, that got dark all of a sudden.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
I get the feeling there's like a voting system or something.
Look at where his eyes are pointed.
Fortunately for him, he got the better view. We're the one who's like staring directly at his ass crack almost.
Oh no, the gooch. Just in case you guys missed the previous episode, this is where he got up on stage and said, "Fuck y'all, I'm gonna be the best."
Like the biggest gauntlet throwdown ever.
Well, it's a cooking academy. What? I fail to understand the point of the logic of saying this.
Cooking is everything. Drinking is secondary.
Yes. Interesting. Really hope this isn't a clip show episode.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see more of this less, because we haven't really seen her, like, properly cook anything yet.
Not really, no.
I mean, she talks a big game, but I'd like to see what she actually does. I'm hoping either in this episode or in the next two, we get to see a little bit more about what her deal is and what her cooking skills stand at. I'd imagine they're probably pretty good, but of course, we need that visual confirmation at this point. I think we're ready for that.
Yeah, she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she is a very uppity bitch, as they say. Look, that guy was giving to that fish.
You're not meant to be in a stew till 10 o'clock.
Just like she's just casually chilling on a bed with like a fucking deer. Just like, morning.
Believe in me! Believe in me! Wow, if that's a trash room, I hate to think where you classify mine as.
Is he like Bruce Banner, but like whenever he drinks, he essentially becomes the Hulk and wrecks everything?
Oh no, he has depression. He becomes the sulk.
The detestable sulk.
Yeah, I'm awake. Yee, here we go!
It's like, dude, it's morning. We haven't even had breakfast yet.
Yeah. Need to re-energize my limbs first.
It's like, everyone's hungry.
Oh my god, it's literally Iron Chef.
Oh hey, it is Erina. Okay, maybe we get to see something after all today. Dude, I think you're in the wrong TV show.
High school second year.
Although it kind of makes sense to sort of have sumo wrestlers in the culinary game as well, since they sort of have their own specialty dish as well that's basically purpose-built for sumo wrestlers, and is essentially just a huge bowl of stew.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit more than that, but I can't remember all the details of it specifically. I just know, like, sumo wrestlers literally have their own culinary specialty.
Your passion is shit, shitlord.
Your opinions are shit, just like your cooking.
Massacre.
Nani?
Yeah, they're not moving forward, they're just respecting the past.
It's like, if I win, you must challenge me to a sumo wrestling match.
Okay, I'll win both types of games. I guess we won't see the result of that for a while. I've got to grub up first.
Oh yeah, gotta get your grub on. It's the most important meal of the day, after all. The secret of Dio Stand.
Wow.
I will be your kitchen slave for the rest of time. I wonder if, like, the highest seats hold a higher value, then.
Well, one would assume so. Not this year, though. No, we're all shit here now.
Excuse me? He's like, he literally got someone in the Elite 10 sitting here right now.
How about if I give you my liver to literally cook with?
I will donate my stomach to you so you can eat more food.
There are rules set in place. We're not animals. We're just cooking the nude here.
Alright, gotta get that official certification. Word of mouth isn't enough in this universe.
I guess we'll be setting up for that then.
Possibly, although now I'm beginning to wonder if he will actually end up challenging the 7th seat, or if he'll just go, Yeah, well, I'm actually decent friends with this guy. Maybe I should pick someone else and like goes for like the 8th or the 6th seat potentially.
No.
Or like he finds someone later on he really, really hates and then goes to try and take his seat. Oh, we didn't even get to see what she cooked. That's a jip.
No, it's just keeping things in suspense, really.
Yeah, I suppose so, but still, I wanted to see her cooking.
Let's taste this. Under the sea. Dun, 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 dun.
Very serene. A lot more calm than what we're normally used to.
Yep, fully clothed, didn't have the desired effect.
So yeah, I know this is the part where normally my clothes are meant for, but I'm just too bored. This taste sensation has been interrupted by a hippo crossing.
If a hippo looks at you, you run the other way as fast as you can.
Yeah, you don't fuck with the hippos.
Jeez, 2 seconds is like the deciding factor.
Well, apparently there are 26 others, but still, 2 seconds, that's... I would like to say it's nitpicky, but then again, this is like the highest of the high class in culinary school. I'm guessing they can discern between those 2 seconds. Slap.
Welcome to the real world of food, bitch.
It's like, my food will take you to the sumo dimension where you'll be slapped for all eternity.
I didn't want this. I didn't ask for this.
What the fuck? That transition was a bit weird. Okay, I did not need to see that.
Yeah, can we get someone to escort this guy off the premises, please? Kind of creeping me out. Oh no! Right away?
How? Like, I know it's anime and I should probably suspend my belief a little bit, but how?
Well, I guess she was just, like, preparing in advance.
Yeah, she probably just made the call as soon as the charge was out. She just said, yeah, I got this in the bag. Although she looked very stupid if she lost, but then again, I just suppose she wouldn't be as good as she apparently is if that were the case.
Alright, now everyone clear out. We've got a Pokemon battle happening in 5.
It's like Brock's coming in 15 minutes to do a gym battle with someone. Apparently some punk from the Aloha region thinks he's all that. What if this guy is like the second seat or something ridiculous like that?
Oh shit. God, it's like Jiren. I'm not even at my full power.
And then 20 episodes later, I'm still not even at my full power.
Oh, shirt's off now, it's full power.
They do something similar with Yu Yu Hakusho with, younger Toguro, where he's like, I'm gonna use 45% of my power. Now I'm gonna use 100%. Oh wait, I lied, that was more like 85. Here's 100%. Where chefs grow on beanstalks for reasons.
Is this... No, I thought this was a new ED for a second. Sorry, I've been thrown off by My Hero recently.
You and me both, although no, we haven't got into the second season of this yet. It would be very quick if we did, to be fair.
Now, before we shut this down and move on to episode 6, we do need to wait for the stinger.
Oh yes, gotta do that. Still a pretty catchy ending.
Yeah, I really like the OP and the ED.
But I'm not sure about the naked dude riding on a banana still. That still bothers me in ways that I'm still not entirely comprehending.
It's an acquired taste, Volk, you won't understand.
You'll understand when you're older.
So you look at him, being all calm and cute there. Underneath lies a raging demon.
He is the cooking equivalent to Akuma, except without the red hair. He's like Akuma with an opposite personality, but like the same revered skill and potential lying dormant powers.
Where's Violent Soma?
No, they have to do like evil Ryu and even more eviler Akuma first.
Okay, what we got here? Ooh. It was alright, I guess.
It's like, thanks for sneaking the salt into that guy's dish, I almost panicked.
Ooh. I hope that doesn't turn out to be the case.
Nah, I think she's just like an ultra perfectionist.
Yeah. Oh, is this a number of the Elite 10?
Either that or a lackey slash fangirl.
I'll cook you up and eat you myself.
Oh no. Will Soma possibly be able to prevail over the Meat Master?
I guess we'll see next time. Alright, close down episode 5. How'd you feel about that, Volk?
It was pretty good. I'm glad we finally got to see some hint of what Irina's cooking skills like, even if it is perhaps the most subtle hint you can possibly imagine while still revealing something at the very least.
Yeah, and obviously we got to see Soma take on Satoshi, even if Satoshi wasn't, he was wearing his cooking limiters, shall we say, so I'm very interested to see where this will go, but I guess we have the Meat Master to worry about right now. Episode 6 is known as the Meat Aggressor / the Meat Invader, so if you have episode 6 up, Volk, I'm ready when you are, mate.
I'm good to go.
Here we go, in 3, 2, 1. Okie Food Wars, Episode 6.
And let's hope this time I don't get a sharp intake of hair that nearly chokes me to death this time.
That would be nice. Let's cook.
I am the Meat Master.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting at all, honestly. It's kind of disappointing.
Come on, this ain't full-on hentai, it just has to be lewd. It can't go any further than that.
Bible Black Food Wars.
Oh god, that would be a thing. I'm not sure if it would be a thing people would want, but it would certainly be a thing.
So, what other anime you been watching just while we go through the OP, mate?
Well, obviously I've been still keeping up with the My Hero Academy stuff. But for the most part, I've really just been going around YouTube watching clips of shows that I don't recognize and hoping to find something that would interest me, although I think one thing I'm going to try and find time into watching at some point is Haikyuu, because I've been hoping to get into a sports anime proper, and a friend of mine in real life always recommends Haikyuu to me, and is always bothering me about it, but I just don't have the time to watch it.
Okay.
But hopefully with the Segathon over, I can probably properly sit down and watch it, seeing as I binged Baki the Grappler in a matter of days.
Was it ever stated what number on the Elite 10 Erina was?
I don't think it has yet, although that might have been from an episode we watched quite a while ago, so it's possible I may well have forgotten. But I wouldn't be surprised if she was like in one of the top 3 seats.
Yeah. Dreaming of noodles. Was dreaming of noodles.
That's your own damn fault.
Kind of is.
It's like you better not be jerking off over there.
Oh, and if you do, tell me. We could incorporate it into a dish. Well, why did I say that?
Jesus, Tom, why?
That's paraphrased from a much worse phrase, I think you'll find.
Okay, what's with the chainsaw? Oh, he's collecting firewood. I was gonna say, if he's like chainsawing like a whole cow or something, that'd be amazing.
Nice, nice.
Wonder if one of these guys have like their own beehive or something.
I don't think there's anyone that specializes in honey and whatnot.
Well, I mean, Soma could fill that role with make his own honey for the squid, you know. Elevate it to the next level.
What's your favourite vegetable, Volk?
Favorite vegetable? Probably broccoli.
Really?
Yeah, I am very, very fond of broccoli.
I'd say it's cauliflower for me. So we are the same, just on opposite sides of the coin. Please stop.
Okay, that may explain why he's as ripped as he is now.
Yeah, man, don't fuck with gardeners.
They'll literally snap you like a twig and then feed you to the goddamn plants.
Like that Alan fella, he went from professional gardening to professional wrestling. This is what we call a morality pet.
She is the one that we give the head pats to and tell you, there, we think you're cute.
Transportation!
To the tomato dimension!
Oh no, just a fancy background.
Although I have to say, tomatoes are probably a close second to me.
Huh. I didn't really like tomato puree.
I'm one of those kind of people that could literally have a thing of cherry tomatoes bought, and I could literally just eat the whole thing as it is and just go through the entire tub.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we've got to have some comfy scenes from time to time, just so the Food Wars stuff pops more.
Yeah, this is hella comfy. And yet lurking in the shadows. Like, go on, you can't work and then have breakfast. You gotta have breakfast first. That's how it works.
You need the energy.
It's called the start to your day, not the after the start to your day, which is hard work toiling over a garden.
Good old jelly-filled donuts.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
Yes. Yeah, that's me, after watching a really, really bad Game Grumps episode.
The one on the right is really reminding me of Chie Satonaka a little bit. Right down to the obsession with meat.
She kind of reminds me of, actually, a similar-looking chick from, Devil is a Part-Timer.
I'm not as familiar with that anime, but I would assume that you are correct.
Pork marinated with garlic,
Garlic with basically anything. Like, there's very few things that garlic is not good with or good in.
Yeah. Have you ever had sake, Volk?
Can't say I have. I've tried rice wine vinegar and things from time to time, and just rice wine in general, like once or twice. But I've never been able to get a hold of like any genuine sake. More to the point that I haven't really found a dish that I've wanted to try and cook that really utilizes it.
Okay. Nice. What's your favourite comfort food, Volk?
Ooh, my favorite comfort food. That's a toughie. I would probably say a good bowl of butternut squash soup with some nice crusty bread.
Oh, that is pretty nice. Oh, kind of tough for me. Christmas dinner, maybe?
Oh yeah, but that only comes once a year. You can't just comfort food Christmas dinner whenever you want. You gotta wait for that shit. That's the only trouble.
Mac and cheese, then, I guess.
Well, there you go. That's like a quintessential comfort food for a lot of people, so that's a great answer. Jesus Christ. Are they literally just here to, like, have the frat party of their lives or something?
Basically. That must be a really nice place to attend school. You get to be out in nature a lot. That's about it. Sorry, I had a longer explanation for that, but my mind just cut off mid-sentence.
That's fine, it's usually me. I was going to say, it's a lot more wide open than what we're perhaps used to from, like, the Hero Academy campus and what have you.
So are these like clubs and whatnot, or different classes?
I guess they're sort of like those after-school clubs that you get in most typical schools, I would assume. I love the hair.
Is this like a Mob Psycho situation where they need to get members for the club and whatnot?
It wouldn't surprise me. That seems to be a mini storyline that they tend to follow. I mean, we see it as with Love Live at the moment, and that's like part of the main premise.
Yeah. More of that soon, by the way.
Oh yes, I have heard.
Alright, let's have a look then.
That's actually something I've been meaning to try properly at one point, especially with like the ramen dishes. I'm seeing more nowadays where they don't really do like the soft-boiled egg or the hard-boiled egg and sort of like cut in half. Nowadays they're literally just dropping the yolk or what have you like into the bowl and then just letting that cook as you're serving it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I never really got the well, never really something I've tried before, so it's something I wouldn't mind giving a go someday.
Are you aware we're in the flame dimension right now?
If only this person didn't exist. That could be arranged.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Erina's practices, honestly.
We have said it once, we shall say it again. Uppity bitch needs a slap down via a cooking challenge. Although the trouble is, with her, I doubt it would ever be like a proper slapdown. It would be a close fight, but that's the problem when someone has that much power. They can just do whatever the hell they want. They all ran, Jesus.
Let's recruit him to the team. We need someone with that hairstyle. We have every hairstyle but that one.
It is perfectly balanced to ensure that a chopping board can be placed perfectly square on top of it.
It's the Meat Master Volk.
Oh, she's the meat master, alright. Hey, hey.
Hey. First year, really? Holy shit.
Must have either kissed a lot of ass or made a lot of really, really nice meat in order to get to that point early on where she's one of Irina's lapdogs, essentially.
No.
Oh, maybe not lapdog, more trusty sidekick. Must not be distracted by Opie.
My hair!
Young lady, you can be rude, break furniture, run up phone bills, shave the cat, and even harass my mother. But when you touch the pump, it's go time!
What is that from?
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Probably one of the funniest episodes there as well, where Billy ends up going to like some weird Nordic wonderland and fights and feasts. And occasionally both. You'll never beat my super high quality meat. That is an out of context quote for the ages right there.
I'll handle this.
I heard something about beating high quality meat.
This episode is filthy. This commentator should just be thrown out.
I feel so sorry for the pump. It should never ever be subjected to such abuse.
Well, don't worry, once Soma beats the Meat Master here, it will have an Okami-style The Nature is Reborn sequence, and the pump will just grow back.
No, there's still time. He can glue it back on.
Aww.
It's like when you amputate a finger. If you put it on ice, they can just attach it again. It's fine.
It seems like all the big challengers here are going to be like, yeah, you have to bet your place at the academy on the line.
It does seem to be going that way. It's just like, yeah, I don't really care about this. I'm just going to use my place here as a bargaining chip for, like, everything.
There we go. If you lose, you will advance this particular style of culinary cuisine.
That's right, you work for me now.
Alright, we were going anyway, but...
Are we going to get a proper fight now?
Hope so.
Oh, there are stakes, and there will be steak.
Alright, we're cooking some don in 3 days. I need a nap first. He's gonna end up, like, revitalizing the school.
Oh, it's coming back! It's struggling! Come on, you can do it! One more push!
Negativity keeps it down, positivity makes it rise.
Oh my god, just imagine if he got, like, the rush of his life on the positivity side of it. He'd probably skewer someone in the next room.
Jesus, Food Wars, calm it down, it's not even 9 PM yet.
This episode was brought to you by Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
And hair, we all have some.
I love how they're using a bandage.
I will pass the meat to him and he will cook it. Such is the way of things here.
I'm hoping at some point we get to see like a proper team up between those two. Because they seem like they'd make a really, really good team. Like, probably OP, but it'll be great to see.
At least he's set the hair, so like the bone within it will mend soon enough.
Yeah, just make sure you get plenty of milk and, you know, don't overexert your hair. So we're going full vegan. Grilled in the shell scallops.
Well, she comes from like a simple village, so that kind of food makes sense.
It's kind of cool that we're getting kind of an insight into like what her sort of cooking styles may well be, because we've seen her sort of like rather timid, but here she's a lot more ongoing and sort of like open to saying, hey, we should totally do this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a sign of things to come and not just a one-off.
Here we go, explanation time. I don't think I've ever had like a proper good steak before.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing you'd want to go to like a really good restaurant for, rather than trying to do yourself, I think. Unless you're just that confident with cooking, because trying to get that sort of thing is probably quite difficult, just because going to a butcher to get that kind of thing, you'd probably find that most of restaurants have already taken the good stuff. Oh, there's that umami again.
Wee, what the fuck is going on?
This is like something I'd expect from Karate High School.
Yeah. That jackass, he's cooking it!
Oh, they're gonna go out on an ingredient hunt around the city then, I wonder. Oh no, this is where we find out she has like a monopoly on the meat market.
Well, that's basically what they just said.
Oh no, that ain't good. It's like all the A grade will be mine.
Really?
I'm sensing a theme here.
We'll use her ingredients against her.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna try and thrash her, you may as well do it on her terms just to really drive the point home. We must make her respect for Don.
Yeah, I think there's like a double meaning with the name here.
Because Don means king, so maybe there's something to that as well.
A single penny and a kiss.
Donate some of your hair. That'll get us a few simoleons. Jesus Christ. I'm flat broke!
Well, he wasn't kidding. Here's some.
It's a hard knock life.
Well, now you gotta get the cheap cuts and just present them as the rich stuff.
Don't underestimate how far you can go with a tin of Spam with the right cooking know-how.
Yep, tastes like I'm eating a whole cow.
Just the entire thing, just licking it whilst it's still running around in the field.
Yep. Melt some of that lard.
Yep, there's that egg thing I was talking about earlier.
This is a first. Like, Soma, it doesn't win immediately. He just keeps having to refine it.
Well, that's always the nice thing about having honest friends, because they'll allow you to develop and improve.
Yeah.
I guess that's why he does, like, the intentionally bad stuff with the honey and the squid. Is at this point they eat so much food they're too fat to actually leave the room.
Guys, come on. Zoom back.
I was gonna say, like, we're going past 144p here, come on.
You know, it's funny, I think this whole thing is a Majora's Mask reference, because that's what happens to the screen in the N64 original when the day closes.
It would not surprise me.
I won't rest until I bring this guy's colour back.
That's what they had to do, they had to take some money out of the animation budget to buy all the ingredients.
Vinegar it is. And then the honey goes inside, perhaps?
Minced onions, alright, I like where this is going so far. Yeah, this is looking pretty good so far.
I love how needlessly dramatic this all is. It's just very endearing.
And, like, history that may come in handy for maybe one game of Trivial Pursuit tops. Alright, will they be sent to the nudity dimension again?
We shall see, Volk. Here it comes. It does look nice, I have to say, that steak.
And cutting it with chopsticks is damn impressive.
That's how tender it is.
I'm half expecting his hair to just fly off entirely. It's all about them enzymes, boys.
Will we be able to beat the Meat Master with mere onions and rice?
Will A5 be enough to defeat the Meat Master and our B-52s?
Ah, you've sunk my meat battleship. Ha 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 ha, yeah, we still have a stinger to wait for here, so let's enjoy the tunes in the meantime, Volk.
Alrighty, so what did you make of all that then?
That was a fun episode. I like the Don as a character.
Oh yeah, obviously the Pompadour has as much character as I was expecting for a anime of this ilk.
Of course.
It's a nice way to sort of get a challenge and have the setup done beforehand, so I'm hoping the next episode will pretty much go more or less straight into it, maybe with some last-minute adjustments, potentially, to bring the dish over the edge.
I didn't think the actual challenge was going to happen in this if they were already giving a countdown.
Yeah, I mean, the pacing is pretty quick, but it will never go that quickly, I think. I think at some point, going at that speed, something would be lost.
I just really like this ending theme. I'm going to look up the full version after this.
It is very cheery. And so we go back to the ending with Soma's Last Supper, and everyone's dancing and happy.
And he's just there perfecting his craft. Meanwhile, Elite 7 on the right there, well, Soma's right, is like, I'm actually a genius, but I pretend to be an idiot.
Well, he's already, like, in the top 10, so he doesn't have to really give a shit. He can just do whatever he wants. He can act like a jackass, and he'll still kick your ass, given half a chance. Oh, she's breaking out the big guns.
Yep.
A5 and aged.
Oh yes, Wagyu beef.
It'll be a showdown between the Dons. Vive the bitches.
Really, Volk?
Yeah.
Okay, well. You're a man of few words, but I appreciate that. Close the video!
Alrighty. We don't want that preview.
No. Load up, episode 7. Any last minute thoughts, queries on episode 6 of Food Wars?
Not really, I'm just anticipating the follow-up at the moment, so let's get straight into it.
Alright, episode 7 of Food Wars in 3, 2, 1. Alright, Ep 7. It is time for meat.
And look at them buns. Is she literally just picking out her outfit? This is just an excuse to use all the animation budget on jiggle physics.
Basically. Ah, the Yoko special.
I was just gonna say.
Field of eggs and some strawberries too.
And fish.
We are all out of interesting commentary at this point.
Well, I mean, it's hard to really commentate over an opening you've seen, well, 7 times at this point.
It's the hardest part of these TV comms, I think, the OPs and the EDs.
Yeah, I mean, the endings you can at least give your conclusions. With the openings, it's a little bit more difficult, because it's hard to sort of anticipate freely what you think might happen, because a lot of it has already been decided. You know there's going to be that showdown. You know that they're going to be using, like, the most A5 of A5 beef, and you know that somehow, some way, they're going to overcome that, but you don't know exactly how.
So how do you think Soma's gonna dress to this thing? Will he be the same as usual, or will he go with a Tengen Topper Gurren Lagann outfit as well?
I think it would be exactly the same, except you'll just have that huge whack-off orange shades going. That would, like, literally be the only difference.
What the hell do you think I'm cooking?
You know, that's what we need. We need a cooking show with mechs in it.
Maybe they have to feed, like, a civilization of giants, so they have to use mechs to prepare the food? I don't know, I'm just spitballing here.
Quite possibly, although then again, if you can have, like, mech dancing / singing with a Macross, I'm sure you can manage it with food.
The quiet Don, the eloquent Don. Okay, so maybe we'll get a Don-centric episode for real here.
I will don my thinking cap.
Nice. Getting right into it, I guess.
Do you hear that? The new kid is challenging Busty Bazongas. Go on, hasn't that pump healed yet?
No, takes a while, mate. It's a quiff that requires patience.
It's a slow healing process, and the pump will never be quite the same. Maybe this is how they fund this whole academy. Like, it's not because they're like the best of the best or anything like that. It's because they had this cool idea of just televising and putting all these challenges in a big stadium and then making money off the concession stands. I don't know what it means to be nervous.
A lucky person, I suppose. Soma has no time for fretting. He only has time for getting ingredients. Not my best, but whatever.
We'll work on it.
The 206 is the bus I used to take to school.
Ah.
Sorry, just a random anecdote for you there.
Random Entom life facts.
So there you go. Today's ingredient is Silent Greenaroo!
Oh, that sword cost $9,000! Fry did it. Of course, they have to have the super cute announcer person.
Yep, idol stuff. Yes! Half hate, half love. Such is the way of the idol. Seriously, this should come right out of Love Live. Even our art style seems a bit off.
Oh, they get proper wrestling entrances as well. And then Soma comes in with the Stone Cold Steve Austin theme. Dun 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 dun.
Yes, we love tits! Wow.
Or it's always the same for a lot of these idol types. They have the cute exterior, but bring on someone who has the melons or the booty, and they turn into life-leeching something or others.
Well, to be fair, Soma did get up on stage and say, I will be better than all you hacks.
Exactly. Well, this is his chance to prove himself. So, who knows? Maybe this will be the beginning of a turnaround, perhaps? Maybe this is like the heel to the face turn.
Aw, why are dogs even allowed in here?
Well, they had to get some kind of a crowd, so they had to emulate it via dog barks.
Oh, Soma, you ignorant slut.
Like, I was just like, too worked up to even set him straight. Yeah, meat hype!
Yeah!
They need to be like a cooking Evo, where they have like a little pre-show to decide like all the 9 main ingredients that are going to be shown on stage.
Yeah, and then afterwards they have a trailer to announce the newest dish.
Chicken versus Beefsteak Infinite.
Ah, chicken. Fries it up, I guess.
With the new drumstick DLC.
Oh, he's not rattled.
And of course, Queen Bitch herself has to ascend onto her throne to watch the peons argue among each other.
I'll be watching you, Meat Master. And you, anime lad.
Well, at least these guys aren't just completely plastered all over the floor again.
Yeah.
They might contribute something this time.
If I win the cooking, I will finally get my eyes back, thinks Mophead lad.
If only there was an invention that would allow me to put my hair back slightly. Shame all we have are kitchen knives.
Ding ding, let's go! Get it? Everything is at stake. It's a meat battle.
Come on, I already made that joke. Outlaw cuisine! It's like, woman, you best not distract me whilst I got my game face on.
Seriously, oh my god.
That is literally a whole pig. Or possibly a whole cow, I can't quite tell.
It's beef though, not pork.
And there you go, it's got that A5 stamp of approval. You know, it's a good thing this is a somewhat PG anime. Otherwise, chances are she'd just be using that cleaver on him. There you go, problem solved. I have literally turned him into chunks.
And the beef's not bad either, hey?
I was waiting. I was going to, but you pounced on it. Okay, that's a little bit too close. Attaboy, he's dead. He cannot hear you. You should have complimented him first, you harlot. Time's up. Sorry, you're too busy getting frisky with the meat.
Old faithful. The buttery goodness.
Too many cooks are afraid of using butter. You know what would go great with this? Booze.
The juices shall never escape. Mafuba!
We'll build a wall around this meat and the juices will pay for it.
Yep, that's the secret ingredient to the dish, but will it be enough to beat A5 Wagyu beef? What is it, from like a corner shop or something?
Yep, it's literally from the market.
Were you reincarnated into One Punch Man by any chance, Soma?
He is the Saitama of cooking. No, don't throw that, you're interfering with the marinade!
I just reminded myself, One Punch Man Season 2, still to come.
Oh yes, that is a thing that will be occurring.
And in October, at the time of recording, we have Castlevania Season 2, we have JoJo Part 5, maybe Mob Psycho as well.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be good day for anime towards the latter part of the year. Yeah, she certainly has upper body something. Yeah, that's it.
Ballistics too.
I mean, they're not exactly being subtle with it, let's face it.
So why should we, yeah?
What, now she's a human meat probe or something?
Folk, jeez.
What? She literally can tell the temperature of the meat just by tasting it. That ain't a human ability, that is a legitimate superpower.
Do you want to be alone with the beef?
She is serenading the meat with a piano sonata. No, she has dreams of becoming an idol, so she's just like playing the piano on the beef.
Well, I guess, Meat Mistress's character development will be growing outside of needing Erina's, like, feedback and whatnot.
What, do you reckon she'll do the face turn as well and tell the uppity bitch to go screw herself?
Possibly.
It's like, screw this, I'm working for the A-team now.
My food will speak for itself.
My food will eject you from the competition and will demote you to a minor character in this anime.
Oh shit, blah 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 blah.
They picked a good angle.
Yep.
Only a minute left.
So to go down to the wire, Volk. Jeez.
Well, as long as Ladyface here doesn't go into convulsions smelling the onions.
I didn't ask. Okay.
Kung Fu movies, actually.
She's a complete fake.
Say something, you fake idol! Fancy.
Thank you.
At least it didn't do the whole according to Kyaku thing. Kyaku means plan.
Yes. Beef means beef. I can't really take this dish seriously because it just reminds me of that plant in some jungle that smells like rotting meat.
Oh god. Alright, so now we're apparently applying geometry to cooking meat in an oven.
Oh yeah, man. It's all about the golden rotation.
Did that guy just literally like come back midway of trying to like solve a murder case or something to judge this competition?
I guess so.
It's like, it's okay, I got it covered, just like Leighton appears in the background. Oh boy, you're gonna be eating those words, as well as whatever crappy meal you make yourselves for dinner afterwards.
Those words will be cooked in onions and sautéed to perfection. Alright, here we go. Quaint.
Well, taste for yourself.
Yeah, oh, that looks really nice.
Oh yeah. There's a mountain of onions. I would dig into that quite happily.
Wait for it.
Yep, that line means... You know when that line's there in a subtitle, you know something's about to go down. Imagine if they're just eating that vigorously because there's far too many onions and they're just trying to get through all the onions just to get to the steak.
What, the onions will never deplete at this rate?
The onions, they just don't stop. Yes, similar method that you use to using the pasta water to thicken up pasta sauces. I see.
I keep forgetting you're like an actual cook.
Well, fairly amateurish by comparison, but you know, I know my way around a saucepan.
Oh yeah, he knows his meat as well.
Well, it's more just watching years worth of Chef John from Food Wishes and binging with Babish and, you know, the other cooking shows you see on like the Food Network and what have you. So what did he create? Did he just create a Mobius loop of hunger? Pickled plum paste? This food is so good, it completely changed our visual style. They completely forgot about the A5.
Sometimes you don't need the best ingredients, you just need ingredients with the best cooking style.
Exactly. Good quality ingredients will only get you so far, you need to know how to use them. Ha! How does defeat taste, bitch?
Oh, not A5, that's for sure.
Probably a lot like chapelin steak with pickled plum rice.
Oh, she made rookie mistakes.
She getting schooled, son! So she violated the fundamental principle of the Don.
Disgusting.
Wait, the story the Don tells. Are you gonna translate to that first cutscene in Final Fantasy X?
There may never be another chance to cook.
And like Tidus is replaced with the default, just goes, "This is my story."
What's the matter? Scared?
Is my umami too much for you?
It's not tasty at all, you backer.
I think this is not as great as my dish. Oh, is there more? And just like goes and shovels more in. And furthermore,
You suck.
there, I said it, you smelly bucker. Oh god, the flashback.
It's Ratatouille, mate. It's the Ratatouille effect.
Be strong, so that you can be a meat master like your father.
I can still do that with a teddy bear. This got real all of a sudden.
It's like, that's the secret. The meat was your stuffed bear.
Oh no! Bobo, never leave me again.
On that note, Erina, you suck!
I remember what it means to love a teddy bear.
Wait, oh, I was gonna say, at least it's not going into like the usual trend, it's actually somewhat sentimental. Then, that fucking happens.
Winner! New guy who sucks!
3-0. Utterly pwned. And his pomp grew 3 sizes that day. Disowned.
Then perish.
Well, you'll just have to be our plucky sidekick now.
Here you go, mate. A new ally.
Enemies once on the battlefield, although I'm not sure if she'll fully comprehend it. I don't think she'll be as willing to accept it as readily in the next episode. My pomp and mustache combo, thank you. Nicely done, Vlad.
That was a good episode, I really like that. Yep,
plenty of action, and we got to see at least some sentimentality brought out in the food before it devolved into just smut.
Yeah, I'm guessing they'll save like the proper no-holds-barred feels for like the later episodes.
Oh god, are we gonna be like getting like proper Nam-style flashbacks by the end of this?
I loved your mother more than I loved this beef, son. In fact, you were conceived on this slab of beef.
Oh. Yes. This takes me back to the day of your conception.
We actually almost called you Wagyu, but I thought Soma was a better choice.
No, his meal was so good he actually went back in time to name his first son after Soma. So I wonder what's going to happen to her now then. If she's been evicted from her kitchen, and obviously she'll probably have like her own dorm somewhere. I don't think she'll end up moving over here or something, although I could be wrong.
Well, don't forget that she has to work for, like, the Don Club now.
Yep. Well, then again, the Don does specialise with the beef, so she'd be somewhat at home, I reckon. But maybe the sizzle reel can provide some more context of what's potentially to come.
I demand information!
I demand context, now!
Okay, here we go, the following day.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This would have been a bitch to skip. Just go in the door.
How dare he call me cute?
Ah, someone's got a crush. Oh.
I just wanted to check it out. He got roped into it.
Okay, that was not expected. So the Don is still in charge. I'm calling him the Don whatever, okay? I don't care.
Don Pomp, there you go.
He just keeps passing the buck every time.
The Don of the previous Don.
Oh. My pump!
The only thing more painful than breaking an arm and a leg.
The hair. Alright, close the video. How did you feel about that episode on the batch of Food Wars we just watched, mate? Episodes 5 to 7.
It was a solid batch, not nearly as sort of ground-dropping as episode 4 was, but it was a good few episodes that has a lead-up, a preparation, and then a properly drawn-out conclusion.
Yeah, for sure. It felt like a mini-arc in and of itself, actually.
Yeah, Hero Academy does that a lot too, where it's sort of like, there's not so much one overbranching arc in a season, it's more broken up into tiny little chunks. Small battles that take maybe 4 or 5 episodes.
I understand completely. Yeah, sorry, I was just fulfilling someone's order for more Patreon TV comms and whatnot. So, yeah, thank you very much, Demos, and according to this, we'll be back for episodes 8 to 10 in 2 to 3 weeks, I suppose, judging by our recording pace. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you want your own TV comms, check out patreon.com/HellfireComms. You can check out prices and whatnot. You can have up to an hour of comms. It can be like 3 20-minute ones, like you just saw/heard here, or like 6 11-minute ones, and so on. Or even an hour-long episode. It's up to you. Tell us what you want to see us talk over. Bye for now.